interest in it is because of the fact that they actually had evidence that they presented to me in my office that actually disproved the conviction. So as you stated earlier, that 0.01% of DNA, they actually found 4 people's DNA on that firearm, none of which was Tory's. Not to mention there was 0 fingerprints on the actual magazine. And also too, as you said, 0.01% chance. I mean, that evidence in itself should pretty much speak for itself. We are calling on Gavin Newsom to issue that pardon immediately. And also remember, he was almost killed in jail. I actually talked to him today on the phone, and he said that once he does get out, once he does get this pardon, which I do feel confident that he'll be getting, he's going to work extensively in prison reform because this should never happen to anyone.
Is it now clear? Okay, so we can move, unless y'all want to keep talking about Cardi B.
We can move
into the next woman that the previous woman she had mentioned was Megan Thee Stallion. So again, it was a long time that they were telling me that we were not supporting a black woman because she was victimized and violated. Right? Is that what it was?
Right.
I'm in group 3 again.
Right.
So, Meg was a victim.
Right.
Okay. Recently, this week, we've seen the information come out about Tory Lanez possibly, definitely not being the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When were black women not supported during this movement? Like, Damaris is upset that black women are not being supported.
I think what she is saying is like, when things are going into, with the Megan situation specifically, she was going to court. We don't have all the information yet. They're not even fully done with the investigations and stuff. Mm-hmm. How are you, as any woman, but we're talking about black women, running to say, oh, well, she definitely didn't do that? Or when the black men were like, oh, she didn't even get shot. Or
I think this was like limited to black men. Why? Because we are sectioning things off. I don't think black men alone.
I don't think any white people cared about this or talked about this at all.
Actually, surprisingly,
a lot of white
women had a very strong opinion about it.
White people did.
Yeah.
It just was a big news story.
That's interesting.
It's based on the evidence that we have. The evidence that we have says that he wasn't the guy.
2022, singer, rapper Tory Lanez convicted of shooting performer Megan Thee Stallion after a party at the Hollywood Hills home of Kylie Jenner. Here's the story. They're at the...
I didn't see that.
It was interesting to me, too.
I didn't see that covered.
It's interesting that black people, when they realize white people are watching what's going on.
No, it's
That's
just
weird
interesting to where you
realize
can...
it the whole time.
Well, I mean, that was they're public figures, and it was a huge story. We'd never seen this before, so it would make sense that they were covering it. But a lot of topics and things that we discuss and amongst ourselves I don't think that white people are paying attention to.
I think that we will really learn something new this year. I think we will realize that white people have been watching us this whole time.
That is definitely the reality.
And unfortunately, we realized that when we dropped the clip on Instagram, which we'll bring up later.
Lanez tells Megan Thee Stallion, dance, and shoots at her feet like a cowboy movie, hits her. Proof? Testimony of Megan Thee Stallion, her friend Kelsey Harris, and DNA evidence on the weapon that convinced jurors to convict. Pretty simple, right?
He definitely still did it, bro?
Well, I don't know. I never knew whether or not he did it.
He should be locked up right now today based off of what you do know at this very moment. He should be in jail.
What he's in jail for?
Well, if
what is he in jail?
No, I'm just saying, being in jail for what he's in jail for, maybe not. But
what should he be in jail for?
Shooting Meg. Who knows?
Well,
it seems like people are caping for black women around me. I don't know what the fuck going on. I'm confused about what the mayor said because it seems like at every turn somebody is trying to say she did that, but but we understand and it makes a lot of sense and let's let it go.
I ain't heard that tape.
You're not listening right now in this room.
It's
I'm
like
just saying,
it's,
you said people in general. Like, I haven't heard the take of people running to take up for Meg or the situation like that until someone goes and says something negative. People don't watch the events play out. They just go to comment and immediately say their feelings towards it. So when you're saying not supporting, I feel like it means not shutting up and letting this shit play out for me.
I'll just respond to that briefly. What I actually mean is when they say things, they actually just don't make sense.
Oh, okay.
So they're not making a full case as to why they're supporting Meg.
Got it.
They're not saying, here are the reasons why I believe her. They're just saying she's a black woman. I need to believe her.
which is which I can understand that. So
until I receive more information.
Right. So there's the people that say, hey, if a black woman comes forward and is a victim, like, we should believe her, right? Because there's so many instances where these women are not believed and their claims are dismissed and real things actually happen. And then there's another group of people that, so she had an overwhelming amount of support when, I think from what I saw
initially,
and people was like, rappers, Bun B came out, fuck Tory Lanez. Everybody was like, yo, yeah, like,
I'm not really sure.
Maybe my algorithm was just on the hate, because all I saw was she's lying. Christy, that's
her friend shot her.
Christy? Yeah, her friend Kelsey shot her.
Yeah, I saw that too.
She was drunk. She was sleeping
she was
with
the
her
aggressor.
Friend. Yeah, she was the aggressor.
I saw that.
Kylie said this and that. Like, I didn't see like people like, oh, so I saw nothing but negativity. That's all I saw. So maybe my algorithm was a little bit different than the one you saw, because I did not see mad people running to support her until I start seeing more support for her after he went to jail, like after he got the verdict. That's when I start seeing like people kind of like backpedaling, like, oh, well, okay. But then it went right back to normal when, didn't they say she lied about something? It was a clip about her lying.
Yeah, so for me, she did lie. So I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When somebody lies during a court case, that makes me not believe them.
And did you have an intimate relationship with him?
Like sexual?
Yeah. Did you, Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
Yes, bitch, I lied to Gayle King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. Bitch, she's always gonna talk about the shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on a drunk night, but you kept catching me out of my fucking mind.
So that's why a lot of women.
That sucks, bro.
That's why
I don't believe you, bitch, because you're a liar.
That's why a lot of women were not on her side, because they were like, they took the stance that you're taking, which is, well, just because you're a woman, I'm not gonna believe you. Like, I need the information.
The stance I'm taking is you just lied out of your mouth and it was proven, sis. Come on, sis, you're a liar. And more than that, you're a raging alcoholic. I'm sorry.
Whoa. How you gonna say that? Is that a fact?
That's a full fact, bro.
That she's a raging alcoholic? That's a fact?
Really? Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. No.
I didn't know either.
My bad, y'all. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm not saying I haven't heard that before, but I'm not saying. But I'm not gonna say.
You remember, like, if I would, Snoop Dogg, he's a weed head, right?
Yeah, he's self-proclaimed. Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. I don't know. If I see a person drinking constantly, encouraging other people to drink constantly, and then I know people in real life, and never mind, we good. So next on that one, I think where me and Ash differ is, I was seeing everything that was going on the internet, like, and it was love, it was hate, and then I made a personal decision based off of the facts. She lied, like.
What did it lie about not sleeping with him? Is that what?
She definitely lied about that.
That was the only, people like, oh, you lied.
You
lied to Gayle. She did.
Is that not problematic?
That's problem.
The first thing I heard is that Tory belonged to Kelsey, and then she went and slept with it. So I'm already not trusting you, because that's girl code. But, you know, some people move different than how I come up. So that was my first initial take. And then I heard nothing but, like, she's lying about this, and this. But my thing is, when people are going through it, I always feel like what's done in the dark comes to the light. So
You mean
it
right
was
now?
supposed to, it's supposed to unravel itself.
So who is jumping out the window after 3 years of constant allegations and them finally revealing the information that we've all been hearing is coming? So who is jumping out the window? This is like 4 years later. This isn't day 1, day 2. This is 4 years later and a whole plethora of information. So I don't see people really just jumping out the window type shit. I see people taking this fact, adding them together against the 0 facts on the other side. Can anybody give me a fact that leads you to believe Tory Lanez actually shot Meg Thee Stallion? The phone call he made?
Oh, where from jail?
The apology, was that the one?
That was kind of wild. That was kind of wild.
This is what I will tell you guys. I hang out with different people all the time. And whenever I'm in a situation and the situation goes poorly.
Yo, bro. Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but, bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Deadass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, deadass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro.
I take accountability in that situation. So let's say I was here with you guys and a masked man burst through the door and started shooting. I might call you and say, bro, I'm so sorry, bro. I had no idea that was about to occur. I feel so responsible for what's going on right now. Are you good? I just talked to Ash. She's good. Maybe I might do that. But I didn't shoot anybody or have any malice in my heart. I just was only trying to smash 2 hoes. I was trying to smash Kelsey, Meg, and I'm sorry, Kylie. Kelsey, Kylie, and Meg. That's all I was doing that night.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Is that plausible too?
For sure.
So what are the factors that lead you to believe that Meg Thee Stallion was shot by Tory Lanez?
Well, I never fully believed that. So that's just, you
like,
know,
I don't feel like the consensus on the internet was that.
It was always questionable is what I'll say.
That's me too.
Always.
Yeah, it was the whole thing. But, you know, and we were talking about community and supporting each other and having standards for one another. So if your sister or your mother or your niece comes to you and says, somebody hurt me, is your first inclination to not believe them? Or is it to believe them and then get more information?
In the Black community, the first one is to tell you you're overdoing it.
Well, what did you do to cause the situation? I don't know. What's the response that we should have when one of our people, women, is a victim?
I'm gonna say, baby, tell me what happened.
Okay.
That's my first response. Baby, tell me what happened.
Okay.
I'm sitting eager like this to hear. I'm sitting still faced like this to listen. Okay. And I know this person, right?
The perpetrator? Or
the woman who came to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, you have 2 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to review the information they bring to you the same way?
Yeah.
You are? They're different people, and they bring different information constantly.
Oh, well, no, I thought you meant, like, am I going to take that same approach and say, hey, tell me what happened, and then review that information? Yeah,
so, no, I'm saying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, baby, tell me what happened. If it's my mom, I'm going to review the information one way. If it's my sister, I'm going to review the information another way. If it's my little niece, I'm going to review the information the 3rd way.
Yeah, I can see.
And that's not even based on their age and demographic. It's based off of my actual relationship with them. Hey, my sister is very unaccountable, okay? So I need to be listening to this information to see what am I confused about at the end of the story, and then try to fill in those holes. My mother's very accountable, very good memory, very knowledgeable, very honest. He did that.
So you're gonna review that information different. That makes sense.
Totally different.
That makes sense.
Let's say I had a woman who has completely lied about her sexual interactions with other people. I'm gonna review the information totally different with her than I do with the chick who just is straight up honest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whether that chick honestly says I've never slept with another guy, or that chick honestly says I sleep with different men every night. If you are a liar, I'm now going to review the different information differently. If you sleep with different men every night, I'm going to review the information differently than if you don't sleep with anybody at all. It really does matter. So I don't know if that's a black community thing. I think that's a Socrates thing. Asserting reducting, I think is the title of it. So for me, I listened to Meg and I heard some information from her, and it wasn't the same as when I listened to
see that tissue? Oh. Thanks.
Well, being said, do you think that like there is with the information that we have about Meg, we're only really going to be able to kind of come up with one idea of her with not actually knowing her. So I feel like we know her music. We know that she got caught lying about this and that. So are you going to go believe her? We only have surface level information to go off of. So I just think people need to.
No, I listened to the whole court case.
Oh,
so I heard Meg's testimony, and this is what I took from Meg's testimony. I believe Tory shot me. I want him to have shot me. I was drunk though. I don't remember for real. That's what I took from her testimony.
And you know what?
Kelsey's testimony, what I took from that is, hey guys, I don't have much to say about much. My story has changed 3 different times. The only thing that is clear in each story is Tory did not shoot Meg. And then outside of that, we have Sean Kelly, the neighbor, who was watching. There was 2 women fighting, 2 men broke up that fight. I don't really. Then we now have the driver. Kelsey said to me, in front of me, I'm the one who shot her. Guys, then we have the gunpowder, 102% conclusive, Tory Lanez DNA not on the gun. 102% conclusive.
Maybe not. Turns out that DNA, only a 0.01% chance that the DNA is from Lanez. He's always maintained his innocence. He was sentenced to 10 years, so this is really about the testimony. Lanez, so what happens? So he goes away, recently stabbed 14 times in prison. Many say it was a hit, okay? Because new evidence is about to come out.
The reason why I took a particular...
So I'm gonna utilize those facts, and I'm gonna say, Damaris, we're not just hating on a black chick randomly. Boom. Hallie.
But there are... Oh, we're going down the list. But there are people, men and women, that do clamor at the opportunity to disprove someone, and that is weird energy.
And I think that's what I got most from her thing, like naming Cardi, and maybe she named some other people.
She said Doechii, Hallie, Megan, Cardi.
Yeah.
She didn't even say Cassie.